Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Hope you guys are having a good day. I am having a great day. So, in the last episode, we had a lot of fun going out and doing some exploring, finding some wrecked cargo pods, and getting some alternate recipes. And so, I'm kind of happy about some of those alternate recipes, but the fact of the matter is, we're not producing a lot of the stuff that we need to, and we need to rethink a lot of our factories with some of the recipes that we've gotten. And so for that reason, I am working on a new factory. And it's a monster. It is big. So this is going to be by far the largest factory we have built so far. There are three floors over here, and there's going to be 4 floors in this portion. And we have this little entrance bump that is actually open all the way to the top. And you can see we've got railings inside of here. And so the idea here is that we will have our input items coming in here in the bottom. I haven't yet decided if we're going to be going with double or triple conveyor walls here. And then we also have that over here. This could potentially be for our output. But so that's where our stuff's going to be coming in. And then we're going to have conveyors going up both of these walls, and we'll be able to see it from the outside and the inside, and I think that'll be pretty cool. So down here in the bottom floor, what I am wanting to do down here is make our concrete. Now obviously concrete is something that we need a lot of, and to make concrete with our current recipe we also need silica. So we need to have silica and concrete production down here at the bottom. We will have to utilize at least one more limestone mine, because this guy just ain't cutting it. Currently he's doing okay because we're not using to the maximum that we can, but it is far from being efficient. You know, we need to use or make a lot more concrete, and part of the reason is what you can see is going on here. We've got this stuff running out to the side of the building. Well, I decided, we're sinking concrete, we're sinking steel beams. We should really do something a little bit better with that. So over here, and yes, I'm kind of getting a little bit of plans as to how the rest of this is going to be built. But over here I have set up a bunch of assemblers. I think there's 6 of them. Yeah, 6 assemblers here that are making the encased steel beams. Now unfortunately our steel beam supply is not keeping up with that. You can see there are some steel beams just trickling in here, not really much, but this is how fast we are producing them currently. So we've got a long way to go before our encased beam setup is efficient, but we are also storing those currently. So I'm curious to see, we've got a decent number. We're a long way from being good on that. But so we will be making the concrete in the bottom floor. And then what I want to do is actually be making our encased industrial beams somewhere higher up. We are also going to be taking our lines here. So we've got our iron plates. Over here we have iron rods. And then we also have, autosave. We also have a bunch of ingots that we can use as well. So we're going to be pushing all of those into this factory. And what we're going to be doing with those is making our reinforced iron plates and our rotors, most likely in the bottom 2 floors of this section. Because what I want to do in the 3rd floor of this section is make our steel. Now one thing that you can see, there is something up on the roof of that section. And so what I've decided to kind of look like a radio antenna or something like that, we're going to have access out here onto this roof, but we will be able to come over here and go up to the top, and we can get a really nice view of our base. We can see our powerhouse over here. We can see all the way over to our coal power plants. We can also see our iron mines over here that are supplying our smelter building. We can see the smeltery, the copper building, the rod building, the plate building. We can see all of those factories from here. And we may also make access onto the top of the next floor. Now, I am still debating 4 floors or 5 floors in this section of the building. That's going to be something that I'm going to have to work out as I start laying out the factories. But the plan is to be making a lot of stuff in this factory. So I need to finish up the walls. Obviously, the side facing the steel and the side facing the powerhouse are not even remotely close to finished yet. So we've got to get them done. I need to do a little bit of guard work on this roof area. Going to be placing, I don't know if I'm going to be placing the guardrails or if we're going to do the traffic barriers, one or the other, but we will get some additional guarding on the upper portion of this, and I'll start laying out what we can be doing with this factory. So I will get to it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. I thought I would bring you guys in and let you see this. So, yeah, I am really liking the way that this is looking. It is actually starting to look something like what I was wanting to go for. So, yes, I do think for now we're going to stop at 4 floors on this section. And just mainly because I don't want to go too tall. The rest of these buildings they're not exceptionally tall in comparison. And so I don't want to go exceptionally tall there either and kind of block future views and things like that. I do like seeing the power plant off in the distance. Now I'm kind of way up here in the air. I built one tower and I couldn't hardly see over the buildings. So I threw a bunch of foundations down, built another tower, and yeah, that was actually kind of fun. But yeah, there are a couple of things that I have changed on the building here. So let's go over and take a look at them. So obviously I have now taken it up. Well, I've pretty much got all of the walls done. There's still a tiny bit of wall work to be done. And I don't have the ceiling on the top floor yet. But if we come in here, we can see this area here is kind of enclosed. But there is a little bit of a problem, and that is you can see just a tiniest bit of the desert popping through the floor. I'm not overly happy about that. But this was the size that the room was originally. But when we pop up to this floor, we can see it's considerably larger. And that's because I actually put in an overhang here, and I think it's kind of neat. So the top 3 floors here are going to overhang, and then down below we have some heavy support pillars holding up this corner of the building. I think that's going to give us a couple of bonus things. One, it looks pretty neat. As I was coming along the edge of the building here, I had the unsupported edge of the building, and it's like, oh, that looks really cool. Got to incorporate that somehow. But the other thing is this will give us a place to have truck unloading down here. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. So we can have, like, our quartz can be brought down here and unloaded instead of running these massive conveyor belts. And that's something that I definitely want to do. Now, another thing here is the fact that I've had to make this wall here in order to kind of hide the desert. Now, I don't have to hide the desert. I am choosing to. And I think it makes it look pretty neat because you get all of these angles and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that down in the comments. But yeah, obviously I've got a little bit left to do. I just ran out of silicon and concrete a little bit ago, so I had to go get a bunch more of that. And then, I think I'm going to be probably running, I'm starting to run pretty low on the steel beams now too. So I might have to shut down our encased beam setup for a little bit. But if we look at the encased beams, I haven't looked at this for a little bit, so I want to see how much we've got now. Yeah, a bit more. Not a tremendous amount more, but yes, I think I'm going to shut this down. And the easiest way to do that is to just disconnect it up here at the top. So I'll go ahead and do this. And yeah, I know we're clipping through the floor. I don't really care. But so I can really easily reconnect that later. And another thing that I might do here, yeah, we are not getting enough steel. So let's go ahead And let's see here. Which one of these... Which one is feeding into... This one is the... yeah, this one's the pipes. So we don't need pipes at the moment. What we really need is beams. So we're going to shut down the pipe production, shut down the encased production, and we're going to try to get as many beams as we can. Now, I don't know for sure how many steel ingots we're making at the moment, because coal is actually a limiting factor right now. So I may have to kind of keep an eye on that and see. I think we're getting half of a... Well, no, we're not quite getting half of a Mark III belt. I'm kind of confused. I'm going to have to go see what is going... Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm running full... Well, maybe I am running on a full Mark III belt up there. Oh, wow, I can't get through there anymore. I did not realize that. Been a while since I've been through there. Well, I am going to go grab some overclockers just in case I need it. And I'm going to go check out the coal production, because that is definitely a problem. Finish up this, and then we're going to start laying in our first factories. Well, a little bit of progress. So we now have 5 assemblers here making our fine concrete. Now these 5 assemblers are doing the same amount of work as the 2 that we had out here, but they were completely overclocked to the max, and these guys are not overclocked at all. Now the only reason that I've only built 5 of them is because we can only get right now 150 limestone out of this Mark II miner. And this guy is overclocked to the max. Now I did do a little bit of decoration around this miner. I think it looks pretty neat. Put some of the road barriers on the corners, regular handrails in the middle, and then some little posts in the corner. I like them. But yes, then also I have set up the truck stations for the inputs from this. So currently, well, this one here would be used for limestone, this one would be used for quartz, and currently I have the quartz belt just feeding into this. So it is acting as a buffer, but it also lets me know that everything is working. So currently I'm only using one line off of the quartz, and the limestone obviously has nothing coming into it. Now, one thing that I thought was kind of interesting, and I may do this more just to make everything more consistent. So I wanted to be able to have this conveyor lift facing the same as the others, but I needed the top to be turned at a 90-degree angle. So I put in some foundations and put in a conveyor hole, and then deleted the foundation. Now, unfortunately, I can't delete the conveyor hole or it will delete the lifts. But it makes like a skirt around the bottom of the receiving head, and so I could very easily put those on these other 2, and it would look fairly decent. So, yeah, that's what I've got there. Now, I did add a door down here so that we can get in and out a little easier. Obviously, right now I still have the wall open over here, and for whatever reason, I cannot get these to accept color. I have tried everything that I can think of, and they just refuse to accept a color. So, same problem that I was having over at the factory, or at the power plant, but the power plant, for whatever reason, decided that it was going to correct itself. These have not. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we are producing a lot of silica. So I've got a splitter up here on the belt that is allowing excess silica to be thrown into this storage container. Our concrete is coming into this container, and then we're feeding out of that container over to where we're making the reinforced beams. The reinforced beams, I've actually redone them a little bit. So the factory here is doing the same amount of work, but I have greatly increased the amount of capacity for our steel production. So I think coal is still going to be the limiting factor up here. No, actually, we seem to be doing okay on that one. But I added a third foundry, and if we look at this last one, yeah, it is being limited by coal. But because of that, and these guys are overclocked to the max as well, so we can put out over 300 steel out of these guys if we had the belts to handle and inputs and everything. And so that is going into both of the assemblers now. I did pull down the awesome sink here, And both of these are only producing steel beams. Now, I'm not storing any of the steel beams at the moment. I am dumping them straight into the assemblers down here that are making the reinforced beams. And let's just see where we're at now. Almost a full industrial container. That is nice. But we have, well, the majority of what we need in the basement of the factory here. So next up, we're going to go to the next floor, and I think there we are going to start making the reinforced iron plates. So the reinforced iron plates, obviously we need plates and screws. And so I've got the plates running around this side, and we're going to run them up there. And then I've got the ingots coming in here. And like I said, I may have to increase to 3 inputs on these walls. I don't know. But yes, we are going, like I said, we are going to be running conveyor lift. Wow, autosave. We are going to be running conveyor lifts up the inside of this. So we're going to run this up here. And I suppose we'll run it up. I'm going to have to go up a floor in order to be able to see what we're doing here. But we're going to run those up to the ceiling. So what we want is probably right there. And so, like I say, we will be able to see the items coming up through this vestibule, I guess, entryway, whatever it is. And so, yes, we're going to have the ingots coming up on one side, the plates coming up on the other. And what I want to do, I'm going to run the ingots over here, and this is where we're going to make our screws. And then in this large area here, maybe over there we'll have to make screws. I don't know. We'll see what the factory looks like. But in this main area, this is where we're actually going to be making the plates. So, more factories to set up. I'll be back. I seem to have forgotten that we got the stitched plates. So, I decided this floor, the second floor, is instead going to be for rotors. So I have 8 constructors over here using the cast screws. They're producing 50 screws each. Now each of these assemblers needs 100 screws each. So that means we can feed 4 assemblers with 8 constructors, and we have no screw surplus, which is great. And we can use Mark I belts for both feeding and withdrawing from these, but we do have to use Mark II belts for the screw input, just so that we get that 100 screws per minute. But these will be producing rotors now, and I think, they make 4 per minute. So the 4 of them together is only going to make 16 per minute. Not a huge amount, but it will definitely get us some rotors. So I will set up a storage container here for the rotors, and now up to the next floor, which is going to be our plates, I think. Well, I'm not terribly thrilled about the routing of the wire coming in here, and we could potentially figure something else on that. Now, we do also have the ability, I think we have the ability to make copper or steel wire as well. Let me just check on that, or iron wire or something. Let's see here. Yeah, iron wire. So we could turn a little bit of iron into wire, and considering that we are not using too much iron, we could siphon some of that off and turn it into wire here in this factory. But we are now making our reinforced plates. I've only got 5 constructors in here at the moment, or assemblers in here at the moment. I don't see much need for more than that at the moment. We have plenty of room for expansion. But, yeah, like I said, we are making our reinforced plates now. So, same thing that I did with the rotors. I'm going to drop in all of my excess and get those out of the way. Now, we do have a few more things that we could get put together here. I did want to try to get the steel in here, but I'm already on the 3rd floor with this, and that would mean that my foundries would be over here. I don't like that idea. So I think that what we'll probably do instead is try to figure out a way to utilize some of the things that we're making in here and turn them into other things. So if we look at our recipes, of course, we could use any of our modular frame. Well, we couldn't use the steel pipe one, which is probably the best one there. But yeah, stators are going to require steel pipes as well, and so maybe we just need to get steel pipes as an input into this building. But if we were to get the stators produced, which we could use the iron wire recipe, but if we were to get stators produced, then we could start producing motors as well. And, you know, right now I am not trying to shoot for massive factories, I will say that. You know, so I'm not trying to get this monstrous industrial complex here. I'm just trying to get resources, and then we will continue to look at more locations. So I kind of like the idea of smaller factories myself, and then move items between them. So that's more what I'm thinking. So maybe we just try for that. We could try to get the fourth line. So we can see if we look at our main trunk line here coming out of the smelter, we're not getting any ingots down this line here. Now, part of that is because I have funneled all of the ingots together into the other three lines. But that also is an indication of a major problem that we're having, and that is that this smelter is not going to be able to keep up. If we had all of our ingots moving full speed out of there, it doesn't keep up. It does not keep up. So that is definitely going to be something we're going to have to look at. But yeah, I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to make a steel factory over here, produce our beams and pipes over here, and then we could have beams and pipes input into here. And then if we wanted to, we could be making the reinforced beams down here on the ground floor where we're making the concrete. And then we could be making stators and motors as well as iron wire on the upper floors. That might be an option. So I'll have to give that some thought. But I'm going to say I am getting a little bit... My brain is spent trying to work all of this out. And so I kind of want to do something different. So I think the best thing to do, we're going to dump off our inventory here. Well, I think we'll dump off a tiny bit of our inventory. But we're going to go out and explore some more and see if we can get any more crash sites. So, why do I have raw quartz in my inventory? Don't know. I've got ingots too. Don't want any of those. So this is going to give us a little bit of stuff that we can work with. Now, question, can we build a tractor? Because a tractor would definitely make this more efficient. So, yes, we do have all of the resources needed to build a tractor. And then I think right here we have some coal. Ooh, yeah, some coal. Don't think we have any more anywhere here. I do think we're going to grab the motors, the stators, the heavy beams, the heavy modular frames, the encased beams, and we're going to leave the take the quick wire too. We're going to leave the rest of this, and if we run into anything that we can't take care of, we'll just worry about that. We'll mark it and worry about it later. I guess for fuel here, we're going to grab a couple of stacks of biofuel. Why not? So, if we look at the map, where we need to go, and yeah, actually there is a little spot here, radioactivity. So as I was coming out of there, there is a bunch of uranium there. So, and that crash site's looted. This one needs crystal oscillators. Oh, yeah, we want to change that to be color. I've been setting the unlooted ones to the iron color so that I can see them. But so what we're going to do, we're going to head out over here and try to explore a bit in this area and see if we can find any. Because down here, this area is just, I don't like it. It's nasty. So, nope. Alright, well, I'm going to head out there. I will see you guys there. And our first crash site has been located. Already killed one big guy out here. Yeah, you weren't much to worry about. So let's see what we need for this. How do we get up here? I hear another one. Get over here. Jerk. Okay, so it looks like we could potentially get up here. Berries? Nuts. Either way. Ah! Autosave. Ah! Okay, motors. Nice. Some modular frames. Not much there. Okay, so we need a little bit of power and some encased industrial beams. So let's go ahead and set down a biomass burner. I put all my biomass in the tractor. Well, let's hook this up, and I'll get this opened up and put in the MAM, and we'll take a look at it here in just a bit. So I went ahead and built up high above that crash site because I saw a slug up here, and my god, there are slugs everywhere up here. There's several of them over here. It kind of looked like there was a crash site over here, but there isn't. But yeah, we got all kinds, and I can't even move into that. It's the hitboxes are all kinds of screwed up on those trees. So let's go ahead and grab a 4-meter ramp and see if we can get up on top of that. Probably gonna stop me again, isn't it? Yep. Whee! Pushes me backwards. Gotta love it. Alright, well, let's take a look here. So we've almost got the entirety of those exposed, but we need to grab these slugs here. So let's go ahead and see if we can get them. Now, I've been looking around the area. We've got a yellow slug there and a blue slug there, and I thought I saw a purple one somewhere as I was coming up. I don't... Yep, right there. So we got a purple slug there. You know, got a purple one there. I think over here, yep, there's a yellow one there. There's slugs all over the place. So yeah, I gotta try to get all of these slugs, and then I'll continue on the hunt for the hard drives. Well, this doesn't look dangerous at all. Get out our sword. Be ready for spiders. Or stingers. Ooh. Those look like wasp nests. Oh. Heard something. Oh, yep. There it is. There it is. There it is. Big one. Big one. Ow. Oh, please give me that healing. Woo. I hope that's just it that I'm hearing. Yep, it was. But we got some bacon in here. Oh, this, nope. Just, no. Oh, slug. I'll take a slug. Absolutely, I'll take a slug. Ooh. Ooh. That's a long way down. Well, this looks like an interesting cave. There's another slug. Well, I'm going to have a look around here and see. More slugs. Gee, many crickets. There's a lot of slugs down here. And there's also some mycelia. Nope. It's another big one. I don't know what you're hitting there, buddy. But, it sure wasn't me. Oh, there's another one. Heal. Yes, please. Thank you. Well, sulfur, I'll take that. Kind of a weird sound here. Lots of slugs. Lots of slugs. Oh, yep, there's another one. Was it hiding down there? God, I hate the sound of them. So many slugs, though. Yeah, let me up. Thank you. Ooh, Caterium. I'll take Caterium. Well, let me grab up all of the bacon and slugs and everything in here. I'd say the stingers aren't going to be too much different than they have been. So I just finished up with the cave, which, by the way, 53 bacon, 24 stinger remains. Yeah, that was really fun. And, yeah, 13 blue power slugs, pretty good. But we have a crash site right out here. And the thing is this one's pretty heavily guarded. We've got a big stinger here. So if we zoom in on this guy a little bit, yeah, we got a big stinger there and a couple of hatchers. And so I think this is a place for sniping. Oh, we are almost out of ammunition. Well, let me craft up a little bit of ammunition for this thing, and then I'll go snipe those guys. Now, I got some heat sinks, but there is a little bit of uranium here. Not real good for anything. At least not right now. So, yeah, we're kind of in a bad spot here. Some more heat sinks, nice. AI limiters, nice. Alright, well, we need heat sinks for this thing. Perfect. So, we don't even have space for it. Oh, fun. Okay, well. Nope. Poison. Alright, let's run in here, grab that, run back out. Alright, so looks like we've also got some computers over here. But again, we got motors. We do not have inventory space at the moment. So I gotta craft some of this stuff together. Get it to where we have some room again. Let's set down the MAM and let's see what we get from our last one. So we've got solid steel ingots. Nice! Very nice, because that gives us the ability to use our alternate recipe for pure iron ingots. That makes me happy. Bolted iron plates, I've heard that one's reasonable, but not great. We are definitely taking the solid steel ingots, definitely. All right, let me get my inventory cleaned up. And I'll get this new one put into the MAM. We'll go from there. I don't know. Another little cave. Let's see what's in here. This one looks like it's a bit of a maze. Oh, good Lord! That one's huge! Nope, 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 nope. I'm out of here. And I'm dead. No, my skin's crawling. Oh, no, that was horrible. Oh, okay, well, I got a little bit of a journey to get out there. Well, before I go, I am going to wait for our hard drive research in the MAM. So as soon as that gets done, I will bring you guys back in and we'll take a look at it. And we have alternate encased industrial beams. That's pretty good. Biocoal's garbage. So yeah, we're going to take our alternate encased beams. So that's pretty nice. But that's going to be it for this episode. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that I could do to improve efficiency or what you think of the builds, anything like that, be sure to leave that down in the comments and I will see you next time. Heart, wave, bye.